Hello Taurus, and welcome to your September 2022 video. Now this is for Sun, Moon and Rising Taurus. Your Sun sign is what you're wanting to achieve. Your Moon is more your emotional self, your private self, your home life and those closest to you. And your Rising is how others perceive you, the energy you give off in your external world. So before we get into that, Mercury goes retrograde this month on the 10th of September and will last until the 3rd of October. So Mercury is a planet responsible for communication, technology and travel, especially commuting travel, right? And communication in all types: text, email, verbally, all types, and also our intellect. So during Mercury retrograde, we can feel like we have a mental fog. More just think of our minds as feeling offline, right? A bit. We just like not as focused as we can be during a Mercury retrograde. And this is how the miscommunication, misunderstanding and confusion sets in, because when we are mentally feeling out of it, we cannot communicate, nor can we remember certain aspects. So if you're making an appointment, check the time, location, how to get there, and give yourself time to get there, because delays during travel, if you're ordering anything online, make sure you understand that, like if you have to get a package delivered to you, that delays can happen with that. Make sure you put in the right address, and sometimes you might put in the right address, but just on that day you might not be able to be at that place where you need to receive the package. That's Mercury retrograde. The delays come in with Mercury retrograde. When it comes to information, back up everything, right? Save all your passwords, make sure that you have everything you need. Mercury can really mess up technology, and this is where things tend to get faulty. Our phone is now not working the way it's supposed to. Our Facebook has gone off, our social media, we can't, have like what we want to say comes across either the wrong way when we are posting something, or it can even literally be the technology of what you are using. It's just not working at its best, and there's delays within it. And this is why Mercury retrograde can be so frustrating. And when we are feeling frustrated, we are not our best selves. So how do we endure? Through patience. And that's the blessing of Mercury retrograde. Teaches us patience. People from the past can re-enter your life, family, friends, lovers, all of those things. Past experiences and past memories come back into our mind, and we'll be contemplating the choices we have made. Remember, Mercury retrograde is a time to contemplate the past, but it's not a time to dwell there. We can't change things that have happened. It is what it is, but we can understand what we've done, see the healing, and know that now we are doing better. And that's the important thing to remember about Mercury retrograde. Do not get stuck in the past or past conflicts and lay the blame on yourself or others. Understand that Mercury retrograde is here to teach you that this is what's happened then. This is where you are now. Look how far you've come. Let that go. That's why Mercury retrograde is reflective. Takes us back into these experiences to understand ourselves on a deeper level and the relationships that we have, because Mercury does rule communication. So remember that as a gist of Mercury retrograde. On the 6th, we have Venus entering into your 5th house, Taurus, and this is great for love, romance, and children. So connecting to your children, connecting and spending time, if you don't have children, with younger people. This is where you're seeking fun. It's great for romance if you are single, to meet new people, and if you're in an existing relationship, ignite the spark. It's also very good for creative juices, so anything you wish to create, right? Mercury retrograde is great for that, for creative projects. So say you're in sales, and they'll give you the creative ideas of how to maybe communicate. Maybe you might learn something new about a product and now you can communicate it better. It's great for entrepreneurs too, because it really allows those creative juices to flow. And when those juices are flowing, and when you are in the zone of creativity, abundance flows to you. So allow for that. It's also a time for fun, so make sure you have time for fun, leisure. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your connections to others, and also inner child work. This is a great time to focus on that fun aspect and feeling light-hearted. Humor is good for the soul. On the 10th, we have a full moon happening in your 11th house, and this is really focusing on your dreams and wishes for the future and those you connect to, your social circles. You might be thinking about that, the people that you connect to, people that you are willing to work with, the people that you're willing to have friendships with, the people that you're willing to spend your time with, even family. So when we're dealing with the 11th house, think of each little social circle that we have. We have different, as they say, cliques. Our family clique, our work clique, our friend clique, the friend clique that's into spiritual stuff, the friend clique that's into shopping, right? The friend clique that's into food. So all of these cliques that you have within your life, this full moon is really giving you inspiration of connection and how you connect to others, and even, maybe completing a project with the team. It really inspires you to work with the team and, finding the team that's right for you during that full moon will be good for you. It also asks you to look at what do you hope for the future, what dreams do you want to fulfill, and what's stopping you, right? What is stopping you, and what can you let go of? What can you let go of that's telling you that you shouldn't be part of a team? You can do it. Teamwork makes the dream work, and the dreams come true when we connect to others. We can't get anywhere by ourselves, and that's what this full moon is telling you. On the 10th, we have a Mercury retrograde on the same day in your 6th house. It wants you to think of your schedule. How can you make changes to your schedule? This is where past opportunities from work can now come back into your life. So, full moon in the 11th, connections to others, right? And then Mercury goes retrograde. So past experiences from work can come back into your life. Past missed opportunities can come back into your life. So telling you to take care of your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Let go of any negative patterns, mentally overthinking, thinking about the past too much. Purify, right? Emotionally, holding on to emotions that are making you feel bad about yourself. Let it go. Declutter that. Physically, any habits that you have that are not useful and are basically taking away from your time. Reorganizing your life is very important. There's also a time when maybe you might be thinking about past jobs and experiences when it comes to work that you did have. It'll also retrograde in your 5th house, which can bring up past creative projects, past creative love interests and romance especially. So that's very good for that, where you can maybe understand why things didn't work out. It's also a good time to maybe, if you are in a relationship, go someplace that you've been on a date before, right? So it's a very good time, and to also work on your inner child and any wounds that you need to let go of, so that you can allow your heart to open to your creative passions in the 4th house. On the 23rd, the sun moves into your 5th house, and on the 25th, the new moon. On the 23rd, the sun will move into your 6th house, right? And on the 25th, new moon in the 6th house, and Venus on the 30th in the 6th house. So focus on the 6th house big time. The sun will give you enlightenment and offer you wisdom and opportunities when it comes to your work life and the habits that you have. You also have vitality. So with the Mercury retrograde, you could have been feeling a bit, tired, exhausted, physically lacking the energy. The sun now will give you a bit of a boost to your vitality and how you physically feel about your well-being. Your well-being is the center of attention, right? From the 23rd, the 25th, and the 30th right there, and also the Mercury retrograde that's happening on the 10th. It's telling you, look at the 6th house and what is it that you need? How can you serve others, right? This is where people might even ask you for help more. This is where you also might be taking care of your own self when it comes to your well-being, mentally, emotionally. The sun will enlighten you. Maybe you need to cut this out of what you're eating and how are you sleeping? Have you been taking care of yourself? New opportunities for work can come through with the new moon. And Venus love luxury for what you do and how you do it in your day-to-day life and your routine, and serving others and helping others, which will bring rewards. Because ultimately the 6 houses where we work and the things that we do within our lives, it enriches our lives and offer us rewards and abundance and prosperity. It's like, think of life this way. If you had no routine and you did absolutely nothing, you just didn't get off the couch, for example, what will change? You have things that you want to buy, things that you want to do, experiences you want to have, but you haven't taken any action upon it. This is why the day-to-day routine, even though it's so mundane and it's so simple, but it's those very simple things of getting up, brushing our teeth, and eating healthy, right? And getting enough sleep that makes us be more productive. And when we take care of our to-do list and the things we need to do and the meetings we need to have, and we don't put things off, and we organize our paperwork and we submit the forms we need to submit, do we receive the rewards? Because now, okay, I applied for that job. I took action. I redid my resume, right? I spent time on that. I took care of myself mentally, got focused, got diligent, and I really went, okay, this is what I need to do and how I'm going to do it, and what I do will be rewarding in the end. Oftentimes, we neglect the most our day-to-day routine, because our day-to-day routine, how we wake up, what we say to ourselves mentally, how we motivate ourselves throughout the day, allows us to take charge of the things we need to take charge of and really work towards it so that we can accomplish our goals. So remember that, right? I know I made a slight mistake there. So 23rd, Sun the 6th, that working house, work, health and routine. 25th, we're going to have that 6th house again with the new moon and Venus. That can offer a lot of prosperity because Venus offers finances as well. So the 30th of September, Venus, and the 6th is very rewarding to you. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. My website is linked down below if you'd like reading, as well as a link for appreciation of these videos.